What's up, graphic designers? In today's class, we're going to be creating marketing for LTC's performance of Willy Wonka premiering this Friday, and on Saturday we got two performances coming up, and we're going to be sticking pretty closely to this layout. We got the three actors highlighted in the background. We got some blending modes. We've got illustrations in the front featuring characters from this novel, from this performance. We're going to include the logo, Willy Wonka, as well as our school logo and the date and the time. And one other thing, we're going to be creating multiple versions of each poster. So here we've got this with a blue blending mode, and when I draw my attention to the layers palette, I can see that this is the color blending mode. I can see that we've got not just the blue, we've got pink, and then orange, and you're going to be experimenting with different colors. You're going to be saving this as JPEGs V1, V2, V3, and let's create one together super duper quickly. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, New. And like always, what we're going to do is we're going to go to print, we're going to go to legal, we're going to swap the orientation. We got 14 by 8.5. I'm going to grab a couple of these PNGs that you guys did such a great job creating today. I'm going to randomly grab three kids. I'm going to grab Katie, we'll grab JL, and let's grab Arya. Okay, great. I'm going to click OK. And here is what I know. I'm going to drag Arya. I'm going to drag Katie. Yikes. There we go. And I'm going to grab JL. And what we're going to do is we're going to stagger it so it's like girl, boy, girl. And alright, so I'm going to increase Arya. So they're just about the same size. That looks tremendous. I'm going to shift them over a tad. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to increase all three. And so we're going to have it just so it's like their torsos and up are on the screen. All right, so that looks amazing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press Command J. And so that just makes an additional copy. I'm going to hide the original copies. And what we're going to do is we're going to press Command Shift U on each of these layers. And then you're going to do Command L anytime we desaturate. So it's going to look a little something like this. We're going to lighten lights, darken darks a tad. Beautiful. We're going to need a background. And so I grabbed this one earlier. You can choose anyone from Willy Wonka, anyone from the Charlie and Charlie Factory film itself. I'm going to increase the size, and I'm going to, and you can't even really tell, and that's fine. We just need some sort of texture in the background. I'm going to press check to confirm. I'm going to desaturate it. You can do Command L, of course. Now what we need to do next is we're going to add some colors, and so I usually like to start with like a teal. I'm going to press G, and again I'm on a new layer, and we can press V, hold shift, and then we're cycling through blending modes. So that's linear burn. I kind of like that, but typically for this project, I'll usually end up at color. Now, you know what? It doesn't always work. So in this case, this is why we experiment. I actually do like linear burn. I think that looks actually much better. All right, so you're going to find some illustrations from Roald Dahl's book. You can find anything that you like. I'm going to grab these guys right here. I'm making just a quick selection. It's not that serious. Command C, Command V, Command T, and I'm going to press Magic Wand. I'm making sure that contiguous is checked. I'm going to press Delete, Command D. I'm going to increase the size. So now we've got some characters. And the characters that you're featuring, like the illustrations, they do not have to match up with who is being featured on this poster. So maybe you're just going to have some Oompa Loompas, maybe you're going to have Willy Wonka, and I don't even know who these guys are portraying. And to find out, what we are going to do is we're going to go here, and this is what I know. I know that Katie is Veruca Salt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. I'm going to create that selection of those two cells. And this is Katie on the right. And I'm going to make sure that white is in the foreground. And I'm going to click once. I'm going to press Command V. And I don't want the Bada Boom font. Instead, we want something a little bit more simple. So I'm going to roll with Mont just because it's just so easy to see. And so, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. I'm going to include the word as. So Katie Emmer as Veruca Salt. And you're gonna need to like play around with like where it would make sense to have this. We always want a little bit of contrast. And I'm gonna add, okay, I'm gonna add the background. And you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna add a drop shadow. And even though it won't make a huge difference right now if we have a lighter color, I assure you it will. Like a lighter color, like a light pink, a light salmon, something like that, will make a difference. So here's what's gonna happen now. We'll have this right here, and I'm gonna, you guys check this out. I'm gonna hold Option, and I'm using the Move tool, and I'm clicking, and I'm making a copy. All right, so we could certainly do Command J, or we can make a copy, you guys, by holding Option and then clicking and dragging. That looks great, but what we want to do is we want to find JL as Charlie. I'm going to highlight those two cells. I'm going to return to Photoshop. I'm going to press Command A, Command V, and do Enter, line break, and you guys, this is center aligned. That looks cool. I'm going to go, now I'm going to find Aria as Violet, Command A, Command V, Enter, Enter. Ooh, we gotta switch that up. All right. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. And you know what? I'm not, you guys check this out. I'm not loving where this guy is. I guess this is Willy Wonka, right? I'm not loving his top hat. This is skewed heavily to left. What I want to do is I'm going to want to flip it. So I'm going to press Command T, right click, and I'm going to flip horizontal. Yes, that looks so much better. Oh man, this looks like a million times better. I'm going to find that Willy Wonka logo. Is it somewhere around here? I guess it's online. So I found this logo, right click, I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to return to Photoshop, Command V, Magic Wand. Alright, Command D, we're going to increase this size. So it's going to look a little something like this. And we're going to situate this logo behind these characters. And there can be, there can be a little bit of overlap. That looks great. We're going to have this right here. And if we need to shift the actors around, we do have to hide, in this case, this teal layer. So I'm going to hide it. I'm going to shift her over just a tad, which is fine. And I'm going to shift this up. I'm going to shift him up. And then what else do we need to do? We need to add the logo. We need to add the date and the time. And I've got the date and the time somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. I've got it at the top. So ultimately, you're going to produce something that looks a little bit like this. We definitely want to include the year 2022. You'll notice the logo is, I eliminated the white. I dropped down the opacity so that it looks, where is this logo? Here's the logo. I'm going to press Command A, Command C. I'm going to return here. We'll add this. I'm going to press Command V. Not that one, Drozd. All right. Let's go to the logo. Command C, Command V, and we want it above. And I'm going to use the magic wand. And you guys, here I'm going to make sure that contiguous is not checking because I want all the green, even the green that's not touching. Command T. I'm going to reduce the size. And maybe before I had it in the lower left-hand corner, now maybe I'll position it in the upper right-hand corner. And I know that that's a little bit too light for me, so I'm going to press V6 to drop down the opacity to 60%. Yeah, that looks great. That looks lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to see your work. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.